structured Q&A and how-to content. Building the answers AI wants. Introduction. Search is changing from a list of links into a direct answer. Google AI Overviews, Google AI Mode, ChatGPT with web search, Perplexity, and similar systems now retrieve pages, summarize them, and attach citations to selected sources. This raises a practical question for publishers. Does adding QA page or how-to structured data make a page more likely to appear in an AI-generated answer, especially a step-by-step answer? The short answer is not by itself. As of July 24, 2026, Google says there is no special structured data required for AI Overviews or AI Mode. A page must first be crawlable, indexed, eligible for a normal search snippet, and useful enough to be selected by Google's search systems. Google also says that structured data should match the visible content on the page. The strongest opportunity is not add a schema tag and get cited. It is to build pages that are easy to understand, easy to extract from, easy to verify, accurate at the sentence and step level, clearly matched to a real user question or task. Visible structure appears more important than markup alone. QA page markup can still help valid question and answer pages, qualify for search enhancements, and produce better snippets. Generic how-to markup remains part of schema.org, but Google removed generic how-to rich results from search in 2023. Executive findings. Finding 1. QA page markup may improve search presentation, but it is not proven to increase AI citations. Google says QA page structured data can make a page eligible for a question and answer rich result and may help Google create a better snippet from the answers on the page. However, Google does not promise that the rich result will appear, and its AI search guidance does not identify QA page as a special path into AI-generated answers. Finding 2. QA page has strict rules. QA page is intended for a page focused on one question and its answers, where users can submit alternative answers. Google specifically says not to use QA page for editorial frequently asked questions pages, product pages with many questions, how-to guides, blog posts, essays that answer a question. Using QA page on the wrong page type can make the markup misleading and ineligible for search features. Finding 3. Generic how-to markup is not currently a Google search rich result advantage. Schema.org still defines how-to as content that explains how to achieve an outcome through a sequence of steps. However, Google ended support for generic how-to rich results in search in September 2023. The current Google search appearance documentation lists Q&A and recipe features, but not a generic how-to search feature. Org, interoperability, and for content types such as recipes, where Google continues to support step information inside recipe structured data. Finding 4. Existing research is mixed. A match study from Ahrefs tracked 1,885 pages that added JavaScript object notation for linked data markup and compared them with about 4,000 control pages. It found no clear positive citation lift for Google AI Mode or ChatGPT. The measured changes were approximately Google AI Overviews 4.6% decline, Google AI Mode 2.4% increase, not clearly different from 0. ChatGPT 2.2% increase, not clearly different from 0. The study focused on pages that were already receiving substantial AI citations, so it does not answer whether structured data helps a new page enter an AI system's consideration set. A small controlled test reported that a page with well-implemented structured data was the only page of 3 similar pages to appear in a Google AI cover view. However, the page also achieved the best traditional ranking, and the no markup page was not indexed. The researchers called the result promising but inconclusive. Other early research reports that semantic structure, metadata, and structured data are associated with citation behavior. One 2026 preprint reported a citation rate improvement from structural optimization across 6 generative engines. However, a July 2026 review of 45 studies warned that many results are conditional on a page already being retrieved and do not prove a stable, long-term effect on organic discovery, traffic, or conversions. What structured content really means. The word structured hides 2 different ideas. Visible content structure. This is what people see in the page. A clear question near the top, a direct answer, descriptive headings, short paragraphs, ordered lists, 1 action per step, troubleshooting sections, clear warnings and conditions, links to supporting evidence. This type of structure helps users scan the page. It may also help retrieval systems identify complete passages and step sequences. Machine-readable structure. This is the information placed in the page code. QA page, question-answer, how-to step, recipe, article, breadcrumb list, organization. Machine-readable markup gives search systems additional clues about the meaning of a page. Google says structured data can help it understand page content and qualify a page for enhanced search results. It also says that structured data must accurately represent visible page content. The two forms of structure should be tested separately. A page with good headings, ordered steps, and concise answers is not the same thing as a page with valid structured data hidden in the code. How AI systems select sources. Google describes AI overviews and AI mode as systems that use retrieval augmented generation. They retrieve relevant pages from the search index, review information from those pages, and generate a response with links to supporting sources. Google also describes query fanout, in which one question may be expanded into several related searches. This means a page may need to succeed at several different stages. Crawling, can the system access the page? Indexing, is the page stored and available for search? Retrieval, is the page found for the question or a related question? Re-ranking, is the page considered useful compared with competing pages? Citation, is the page named as a source? Absorption, does the generated answer actually use the page's facts or steps? Engagement, do users click through and continue using the site? A schema tag may affect one stage without affecting the others. For example, QA page markup might improve how Google understands a valid question page, while the page still fails to rank because its answer is weak or less authoritative than competing sources. A recent review of generative engine research recommends measuring retrieval, citation, prominence, factual use, and user behavior as separate outcomes, rather than treating every mention as success. Matched topic test plan. A useful test must compare pages that are as similar as possible. Otherwise, a result may be caused by word count, authority, internal links, page speed, or indexing rather than structured content. Research questions. The test should answer 4 questions. Does visible questioning-answer structure increase citation appearance? Does visible step structure increase inclusion in step-by-step answers? Does QA page or how-to markup add value after visible structure is controlled? Do structured pages produce more accurate answers and better referral engagement? Main hypotheses. Hypothesis 1. Pages with clear visible question and answer structure will have higher citation rates than prose-only pages. Hypothesis 2. Pages with clear visible step structure will have higher step coverage and step order accuracy. Hypothesis 3. QA page markup will provide a larger benefit for valid user-generated question pages than for editorial pages. Hypothesis 4. Generic how-to markup will provide little or no direct Google AI visibility benefit, because Google does not currently support generic how-to rich results. Hypothesis 5. The effect of visible structure will be larger for difficult topics that require several steps or related searches. Recommended treatment groups. Use a 4-cell test when the page type allows it. For the full table, please open this article on autopod.co. The content must remain truthful in every treatment. Do not add QA page markup to an editorial page that does not allow users to submit answers. If a page cannot meet the QA page rules, use normal question and answer HTML and test QA page separately on a real support or community system. Match topics by difficulty. Use topics that are safe, stable, and easy to verify. Avoid medical, legal, and financial subjects in the first test because those topics introduce extra authority and safety variables. For the full table, please open this article on autopod.co. For stronger results, use at least 4 topics per difficulty level in each content track. That produces 12 question and answer topics, 12 how-to topics, 24 total topics, up to 96 page treatments if every topic uses 4 variants. Keep the matched pages equal. For each topic, keep these factors constant. Page title, main question or task, author and reviewer, date published, date updated, word count, images, internal links, external references, page speed, mobile layout, canonical settings, indexability, robots rules, domain strength, publishing time. The visible structured treatment should change the organization, not the facts. For example, the prose control and structured version should contain the same core answer, warnings, conditions, and steps. Avoid duplicate page problems. Publishing identical pages on the same domain can cause canonicalization and indexing problems. A safer design uses one of these methods. Before and after switchback test. Keep the same page and turn the markup or visible structure on and off during separate time periods. Matched subdomains. Use several similar subdomains with equivalent technical settings and different but equivalent wording. Separate test domains. Use domains with similar age, authority, and link profiles. This is more expensive but reduces page-level duplication. Google itself recommends using before and after comparisons on stable pages when measuring the effect of structured data. Allow time for crawling. Record the exact date of every change. Confirm that search systems have recrawled the page before counting the treatment period. Google's QA page documentation notes that crawling and reprocessing can take days or longer, so a test should not begin immediately after publishing the markup. A practical design is 30-day baseline period, markup or visible structure change, recrawl confirmation, at least 28 days of measurement, optional crossover period, final analysis after the last recorded recrawl. Measurement framework citation appearance. Measure citation appearance separately for each engine and topic. Recommended metrics include citation rate, percentage of answer runs that cite the page. First citation rate, percentage of runs where the page is the first cited source. Citation position, location of the page in the source list. Citation stability, how often the same page appears across repeated runs. Retrieval rate, how often the page appears in the available source or result set. Answer absorption, how much of the final answer is supported by the page. A citation should not count as a full success if the page is listed but does not support the claim being made. Step-by-step inclusion. For procedural pages, measure number of correct steps included, percentage of page steps represented, correct step order, correct tools and materials, correct time or settings, correct conditions and warnings, correct troubleshooting advice, unsupported steps added by the model. A useful step coverage score is correct steps included, divide total required steps. A separate step order score should measure whether the system preserved dependencies. This matters because a response can mention every step, but put them in an unsafe or unusable order. Snippet accuracy. Google says snippets are primarily generated from page content and may change based on the user's query. QA page markup may help Google use answer content when creating a normal search snippet, but the snippet still needs to be evaluated for accuracy. Measure two types of snippets. Traditional search snippets. Record, whether the page appeared, which passage was shown, whether the passage answered the query, whether the passage was complete, whether the passage contained an incorrect or misleading claim. AI-generated answer passages. For each answer, have 2 trained reviewers score. 2. Fully supported and accurate. 1. Partly supported or missing important detail. 0. Unsupported, incorrect, or misleading. For step-by-step answers, score each step separately. This avoids hiding one serious error inside a high overall score. User engagement from AI referrals. Citation visibility is not the final business outcome. Measure what users do after clicking. Recommended Google Analytics 4 metrics include sessions from identified AI platforms, engaged session rate, average engagement time, scroll depth, clicks on step navigation, clicks on related questions, downloads, signups, purchases, support ticket completion, return visits, assisted conversions. Google Analytics identifies traffic using source, medium, campaign, and related traffic source dimensions. AI links may arrive as referrals, organic traffic, or direct traffic, depending on how the platform passes referral information. Missing referral data, redirects, privacy tools, and untagged links can create direct or unknown traffic. For AI referrals, create a reporting group that includes known sources such as ChatGPT, Perplexity, Gemini, Claude, Bing, or Copilot. Google Search generative features where the referral can be identified. Do not assume all AI traffic will be visible in one clean channel. Use source, medium, landing page, browser data, server logs, and a short "How did you hear about us?" question together. Google Search Console measurement. In June 2026, Google announced dedicated generative artificial intelligence performance reports in Search Console. The reports show pages and impressions from generative features in Search and Discover, with breakdowns by date, country, and device. The rollout began with a subset of websites. Use these reports for generative feature impressions, pages appearing in AI features, country comparisons, device comparisons, visibility trends before and after a content change. Use the normal Search Console Performance Report and Google Analytics 4 for clicks, sessions, engagement, and conversions. Google's documentation explains that links clicked inside an AI overview count as clicks, while impressions follow visibility rules for the AI feature. Statistical analysis. A simple before and after comparison is not enough. AI systems change over time, and some platforms may increase or reduce the number of citations for reasons unrelated to the test. Use a difference in differences model for page changes, a mixed effects logistic model for whether a page was cited, a count model for citation frequency, a mixed effects model for snippet and step accuracy, random effects for topic, domain, engine, and test week, and treatment by difficulty interactions. The main comparison should be, did the structured treatment improve more than the matched control during the same period? Report absolute percentage point change, relative percentage change, confidence interval, sample size, engine-specific results, difficulty-specific results, results for new pages, and already visible pages separately. This last distinction matters. The Ahrefs study found little effect after pages were already heavily cited, but that does not rule out an effect during the earlier discovery or indexing stage. Implementation guidelines for scalable content libraries. Build one content source of truth. Do not write page text in one system and structured data by hand in another. Store these fields in the content management system. Canonical question, short answer, full answer, accepted answer status, answer author, reviewer, publication date, last review date, evidence sources, user intent, difficulty, required tools, required materials, estimated time, step identifier, step name, step instruction, expected result, warning, troubleshooting advice, related questions, related procedures. Generate both the visible page and the structured data from these fields. Use the correct page type. For real community questions, use QA page when one question is the focus of the page. Users can submit answers. The page displays complete question and answer text. Accepted and suggested answers are identified correctly. The answer count is accurate. For editorial question pages, use normal visible question and answer content. Do not label the page QA page if users cannot submit alternative answers. A clear question, heading, and answer block can still help readers and retrieval systems. For procedural pages, use a clear outcome in the title, a short answer near the top, an ordered HTML list, one action per step, step links and stable identifiers, a before you begin section, tools and materials, expected results, troubleshooting, a final verification step. How-to structured data can be used when it accurately represents the page and is useful for schema.org interoperability. However, it should not be presented as a guaranteed Google search or Google AI visibility technique. Generic how-to rich results are no longer supported in Google search. Write answer first content. A strong question page should begin with the answer. A 401 error means the server requires valid authentication credentials. The explanation can follow. This format helps the reader, creates a useful search snippet, and gives an answer system a complete passage to use. A strong procedural page should begin with the outcome. To merge PDF files on a Mac, open the files in Preview, display the thumbnail panel, and drag one file into the other, then provide the detailed steps. Make every step self-contained. Each step should include the action, the object or location, the condition if needed, the expected result. Weak step, configure the settings. Stronger step, open the domain settings panel and add the displayed domain keys identified mail record. Save the record, then wait for the provider to confirm that it is active. This structure improves human use and reduces the chance that a generated answer will combine fragments from different steps. Keep visible text and markup synchronized. Google's guidelines require structured data to represent visible page content. Do not place important instructions only inside markup. Do not mark up hidden text, outdated steps, or partial answer sets. A scalable validation system should check. Every marked up answer appears visibly. Every marked up step appears visibly. Step order matches. Answer count matches the database. Accepted answer status is current. Dates use valid formats. URLs resolve. Anchor identifiers are unique. Markup is removed when content is deleted. The page type matches the real user experience. Validate the page before release. For QA page, use Google's rich results test and Search Console validation where available. For general schema.org types, Use the schema markup validator. Google distinguishes between its own search feature testing and broader schema.org validation. Add automated tests to the publishing process. A page should not go live if required fields are missing, the answer count is wrong, the markup does not match the page, a QA page has no way to submit answers, a how-to page has missing or duplicated steps, a date is older than the current content version, or the canonical page is blocked from crawling. Design for freshness. Procedural content can become inaccurate when software interfaces, products, or policies change. Assign every page a review schedule. Low change topics, review every 12 months. Medium change topics, review every 6 months. High change technical topics, review every 3 months. Safety-sensitive topics, review whenever the source policy changes. Record the last review date in visible content. Update screenshots, commands, interface labels, and linked sources together. Avoid scaled low-value publishing. Creating hundreds of nearly identical question pages, only to capture variations of an AI prompt, can produce thin content and poor user experiences. Google warns that generating many pages without adding value may violate its scaled content abuse policy. A scalable library should create a new page only when it has a distinct user need, product or system context, procedure, risk, audience, set of examples, troubleshooting path. Link questions and procedures together. A useful content library should connect question pages to how-to guides to troubleshooting pages to reference documentation, reference pages to related questions, all pages to author, reviewer, and source information. This creates a stronger information system than a collection of isolated pages. It also gives retrieval systems more context when a user asks a follow-up question. Example QA page markup. Use the following pattern only for a real question and answer page where users can submit answers. For an editorial page with one company-written answer and no user-submitted alternatives, use visible question and answer HTML instead of incorrectly applying QA page. Example how-to markup. How-to markup can describe a real procedure, but generic how-to markup should not be treated as a guaranteed Google search enhancement. The visible page should contain the same steps in the same order. Recommended decision rules. After the test, use these rules. If visible structure improves citation and accuracy, scale, direct answers, question headings, ordered steps, self-contained passages, troubleshooting sections, semantic HTML. This is the most useful result because the improvement helps both people and machines. If markup improves search snippets but not AI citations, keep the markup where it is valid and useful for traditional search. Do not claim that it is an AI citation strategy. If QA page helps only real community pages, use it selectively for support forums, product troubleshooting communities, expert answer systems, education question pages that meet Google's rules. Do not apply it across an editorial library. If how-to markup has no measurable effect, keep it only when it supports interoperability, internal data quality, or another platform. Focus optimization effort on visible steps, accuracy, internal linking, and page usability. If difficult topics benefit more than easy topics, prioritize structured procedures for multi-stage tasks, tasks with dependencies, topics with frequent follow-up questions, topics where users need troubleshooting, topics where incorrect order causes failure. Conclusion: the evidence does not support a simple promise that QA page or how-to markup makes AI systems cite a page more often. Google's current guidance says that AI search uses the same basic requirements as normal search and does not require special schema. QA page can improve eligibility and snippets when used correctly, but it is limited to genuine user-generated question pages. How-to remains a valid schema.org concept, but generic how-to-rich results are no longer supported in Google search. The better strategy is to build pages that answer one real question or complete one real task. Put the answer first. Use clear headings, use ordered steps, include conditions and warnings, keep each step complete, show evidence and review dates, make markup match visible content, measure citations, accuracy, and user behavior separately. The central lesson is simple. Structured data can describe a good answer, but it cannot replace a good answer. For scalable content libraries, invest first in clear visible structure, factual accuracy, strong page architecture, and measurement. Add QA page or how-to markup only where the page genuinely qualifies and where the test shows a practical benefit. All links to sources are available in the text version of this article. You can find the full article at autopod.co.